Alright, welcome back to another fantasy video, guys. And this time, we're gonna take a quick look at the group stage for Blast Open Lisbon. Flames and Messi were the perfect picks. They did everything wonderfully. They were pretty much like the value picks in the whole event. Like, best value picks, if you don't count Saibu and Donk, which is like, that's gonna cost you the rest of your team. I missed pretty much every booster on JKS, so I could have gotten bonus or plus points from him. But that happens, and yeah, the Mongols weren't really up for it this time around, unfortunately. I was definitely expecting them to beat G2, but they got absolutely wrecked. So yeah, that happens sometimes, but we still got 15 points, and I should have probably gotten 18, but the Mongols decided not to show up. So, let's move on to the playoffs then, shall we? Now, honestly, I'm just going to tell you straight up, I'm just going to go for Vitality. They're in such great form, there's no way I'm going to, like, avoid them this event until they start losing, which is bound to happen at some point, but clearly not yet. So, this side of the bracket is just so difficult to call, really. Like, who's gonna beat who, Spirit or Navi? Of course, Spirit are favorites because Navi are not looking amazing, but yeah, I mean, that's just like a huge gamble if you want to go there, because Vitality is just the obvious favorite here. So I'm not gonna talk about that too much in this video, but I'm gonna focus more on this side of the bracket with Mouse, G2, and Eternal Fire. Now, I've told you guys many times in my videos that I feel like Eternal Fire are playoff chokers because they haven't showed us anything worthwhile on the stage at big events. I'm not saying this is the biggest event, but it's still a stage, and they tend to drop off massively there. So that is a big concern. And on paper, if we look at the mouse G2, sorry, is this the right page? Yeah. If we look at the mouse G2 matchup here, I would say mouse are definitely favorites, especially considering how they've been playing. Now, G2 have definitely stepped it up since the past two events, or from the past two events. But just a quick look at the veto here. Now, I can't say I've been watching every G2 game, but they definitely are not fans of Mirage. So if you just quickly analyze the video here, G2 ban Train, Mouse ban Anubis, neither of which are a map that the other team are gonna pick. And I'm actually not sure who is gonna get the first ban and first pick uh, in the veto, but just for the sake of the argument, let's just say it's G2. So G2 ban Train, Mouse ban Anubis. G2 are gonna pick either Dust 2 or Inferno. And then Mouse probably are gonna pick, I would say they'll pick Nuke, but they could also pick Ancient. But here's the interesting part. Like, if it goes to 3 maps, G2 are not comfortable on Mirage. They're gonna ban it. I'm quite sure of that. They're gonna ban Mirage, and then Mouse can ban either Dust 2 or Inferno. And then the third map is gonna be either Nuke or Ancient. So the veto is definitely in Mouse's favor. The form is in Mouse's favor. So if I were to recommend you a pick here, it would definitely be Mouse. Obviously, the higher point ceiling is with G2, but it really depends on how much risk you want to take. And then if we compare that, like, it doesn't really matter if Mouse or G2 take this, because I think I'm gonna be going for something a bit bolder this time around, which I haven't done in a while. and I feel like that's kind of cost me the season. Now I told you earlier that Eternal Fire haven't been great in playoffs, which makes this an awkward topic for me, but I feel like I really want to pick Eternal Fire, even though I would like to pick at least one's quarterfinal team, so it would be more fun to watch. And also, I think Mouse are the favorites on this side of the bracket, or they definitely are. But I'm kind of wanting to take the risk on Eternal Fire this event, because the map pool just lines up really nicely against both of these teams. Um, Eternal Fire's permaban is ancient. If I can find the right page. Excuse me. Yeah. So the permaban is ancient. It's a really good map for Mouse. Not so much for G2, but they don't mind playing it. That's the thing. And then, say it's Mouse winning the quarterfinals, or at least that's what I expect. Eternal Fire are really good on Nuke and Inferno, and Mouse are not great on Dust, and Eternal Fire pretty much are. So they would have to essentially go for like a Mirage pick, I think. Maybe nah, not Inferno, sorry. I think they would pick Mirage here because they Mouse definitely don't mind playing Mirage. I think they're quite confident, don't mind the win percentage. But I think they would go for kind of a Mirage pick here. Especially since like Anubis is banned from their side. And I heavily doubt they would go for Train. So that would leave like they're not gonna want to play Dust 2. I'm talking about Mouse here. They don't want to play Inferno. It's gonna have to be like a Nuke decider or something. Like the map pool is heavily in Eternal Fire's favor here. Like either way you look at it, it's always in Eternal Fire's corner. Like even if G2 win Mouse. But the only thing, as I told you, is that Eternal Fire have not been great in playoffs. Actually, they've been completely horrible. So if I were to recommend a pick, it would be Mouse, but I feel like that's too boring of a pick because I feel like everyone is going to go with Mouse on this side of the bracket. So I kind of want to go with Eternal Fire. I'm just going to show you like kind of what I've been thinking with these teams. Because if you go with Vitality, which I'm going to go with, so I'm not really going to talk about that side of the brackets too much. You can go with Robs and Apex, and if you want to go Mouse, you can go, I think it's Spinks and Jimmy, and then you can go Major, or you can even go Sertion and Alexi and just chicken out. Something along those lines. Or then you go with the Flames Messi combo that netted me a lot of points. And then you pretty much have to go with something like this. And then go with Alexi and chicken out, and I hope they don't beat Spirit. I mean, there's a few ways. Honestly, one thing that I'm kind of considering if I want to go with Mouse is actually going for Saiwu this time around. I think it's going to be so, like, so many few, or such a few amount of people are going to pick him that I feel like it could be a move. And I think Spinks at this price could be amazing, but also he's been kind of meh. So it's difficult to justify the pick, really. And then you just chicken out on Major, but I mean, we don't have many heavy hitters here. That's the problem. So, yeah. But I'm not gonna waste your time on Spirit and Na'Vi picks because I told you I'm gonna go for Vitality. Just quickly taking a look at it, you could go for like Bit, Ima, and if you're gonna go full gamble, you go like Heavy God Hunter and that was not the team I was thinking about. You could go Bit, Ima, Hunter, and like Monacy, I think. And Major. Like, and then just chicken out a Major. Like, if you want to go full gamble, that's pretty much it. Like, if both of these teams win their respective quarterfinals, you're going to be in the money for sure. But I definitely want to preface this by saying that there's definitely a chance that I go for a Vitality Mouse lineup, because those are just the two teams I expect to see in the finals. But I have faith in Eternal Fire that they can turn this playoff choking around. I don't know why. I just have that gut feeling, really. And that's why this is what I'm going with currently. We kind of have that safety net with Brolan. I don't want to call it a safety net though, because I mean he hasn't been playing great in this event. So, but I think I'm gonna play him without the chicken out if I go for this lineup, and just hope he can get like the assist booster and perhaps some roll points or something, and then maybe chicken out in the semifinals if I really want to go all in on Eternal Fire. But I mean, if Eternal Fire win, Vicadia has been in great form. Jora has seemed to be really solid, but as I said, this would be quite risky. So check the link in the description for my updated team before the deadline. But yeah, this is probably what I'm gonna go for. But as I said, I might just go for a Vitality Mouse lineup. But I'm definitely gonna go for Vitality. That much I can promise you. So yeah, definitely risky if I go for this, but yeah, it's either this or it's gonna be a Vitality Mouse lineup with Major probably. So yeah, I feel like I just want to go for something a bit riskier this time around, but I might change my mind. We never know. But these are my thoughts on the playoffs, and let me know what you guys think. Share your teams in the comments, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, and I wish you the best of luck in the playoffs. Thanks for watching.